Theurgy is a really interesting mod that lets you use lots of really cool machines with alchemy, etc. But how do we actually use these machines with heat, which some of them will need, and also transport items around? Well, the first thing we're going to look at here is going to be logistics and heat within the Theurgy mod. The first thing you are going to need is a pyromantic brazier. This is actually what you use to heat up some of your machines. The mercury distiller here and the liquefaction cauldron, for example, both need heat in order to work. Now, it's very, very simple. You could just place your pyromantic brazier like this, get some coal, and then right-click it into the brazier, and this will automatically then be using up that coal as it needs it to burn and obviously make heat. You can't use things like campfires or furnaces. You do need to use ones from the Theurgy mod. What we're then going to do is make some mercury in this example. This is one of the first things that you will actually need in the mod, and we're going to be using a mercury distiller to showcase it. So what I'm going to do is on top of here, I'm going to place a mercury distiller. Now this is a machine that does need heat. The purpose of it is to make mercury shards. Mercury shards can be used in quite a lot of things. Number one is actually your mercurial copper wire, and also mercurial item extractors and filters, etc. This is how you're going to be doing all of your logistics. So we do need mercury in the first place. What you could put in here is pretty much any item, and the distiller will turn it into mercury. Now, what's interesting here is that the rarity of the item matters. A diamond, I think, gets 10 mercury per 1 diamond or something like that, whereas stone takes 10 stone to get 1 mercury. So diamonds are about 10 times more powerful. So depends what materials you have available to you. I think nether stars are like 64 times. So you could just pump loads of stone in here, dirt, diamonds, whatever the hell you like, and it will automatically turn it into mercury. If I show it to you here, let's go with diamonds again, like I did before. I just right-click on the mercury distiller and put in my diamonds. And then we just wait a bit, and you can see now there's 10 mercury shards in there, and I can right-click to get those mercury shards back out. This is now going to allow you to make your mercurial copper wire and your mercurial item inserters and extractors. And this is actually how we use the logistics in this mod. As with all modding, I've put blue as import and orange as export here so that we can see where we're taking from the chests and putting into the chests. So I'm just going to start up this again to show you how we're going to work it. So let's automate our mercury distiller. One, our pyromantic blazer is going to need coal. So what I'm going to put on this chest here is I'm going to say an exporter, mercurial item extractor on the chest here, and then I'm going to say a mercurial item inserter on the pyromantic blazer because I'm inserting into the brazier and I'm exporting from the chest. Now there's just some diamonds in the chest, so I'm going to get my mercurial copper wire, right click that cable and right click that cable, and now it's linked up, and this wire is what will actually transport your items. However, we don't obviously want to be transporting everything. We could use a mercurial attribute filter, or we can use a mercurial list filter. The list filter is literally a list of items. We could just right-click it in the open air, and I could say mercurial copper wire, for example. I could say deny list or allow list, so blacklist and whitelist, respect the data or ignore the data. And that basically means will it care about things like enchantments and durability. You can also reset the filter to blank it out, and you can save the filter settings by ticking it. We're going to use a mercurial attribute filter for our brazier here. So we're going to use coal, and I'm going to put coal in here. So you put it in to add your reference item. And I must say, this is one of my favourite filters I've ever seen in modded Minecraft. I don't say that often. And you can see it says is furnace fuel. And I can just hover over this bar and I can just go down it. So is furnace fuel, can be smelted at a blast furnace, is tagged with, whatever that tag is. So this is the different tags. Or was added by Minecraft, which I think means vanilla. So we're just going to say is furnace fuel. So that filter is now only going to allow things through that are furnace fuel. So I could put wood planks in there and it will put that into the brazier as well. But it won't put, for example, stone stairs in. You could say allow if they have any of the selected attributes, allow if they have only all of the selected attributes, or deny them if they don't have any of the selected attributes. Because what you could also do is add opposite of this. So you could say, basically, if it isn't furnace fuel, allow it through or deny it through. And we could add that to the list. You could now see I've added it to the list, and we have selected attributes is furnace fuel. And I can actually keep going. I can actually add more attributes on here so that there could be 5 filters, for example, and it has to match either all of them or some of them or any of them, depending on what I have here. And I'm saying, yep, allow any. I save that filter settings, and then I right-click it onto my Mercurial item extractor. Now, because I am in creative, I do actually have, I use it and the item is still in my inventory. That attribute filter is now exactly the same. Obviously, if you had have used it in survival, you only had 1, and therefore you wouldn't have any more. But if you do have a stack of them and you don't split them, then it will actually keep the filter in there for you. So I am now filtering this export to only have furnace fuels. So let's put some coal in here, and what we'll see is that the stack of coal has already got down to 49. It's taken it out, and it's inserted it into here for us. We could also add another wire onto here. As you can see, I could put more than one wire on, and that will allow me to insert into the mercury distiller. So what you could do here is actually leave the filter off. You can shift click it off here. You could leave the filter off of your item extractor, allowing anything to extract out, but put filters on the insert so that the right items go into the right places and nothing else. So I've still got my coal one here, which I'm going to place onto the insert on here. And then what I'm going to do is clear this one, and I'm going to get an item list filter and say diamonds only, and just literally say that's the allow list, save the filter, and I'm going to say only diamonds are allowed to go into here. I'm then going to put a extractor here and an inserter here for my mercury shards, and I'm going to link that up, and again go list filter, mercury shard, save, add it onto the extract. So now what we're doing is it's starting to look a little bit confusing, but we're saying you can extract whatever you like out of here, but actually we can only insert diamonds, we can only insert coal, or furnace fuels, and then out of here we're only going to extract the mercury into the chest. So as you can see here now, the coal will be going down, any diamonds I put in here will be going down into the machine, and mercury is coming out and not going anywhere. And there we go, we have a fully automated mercury distiller working. Now there is also the connection node here, which you could place. You could use this, I could wire this up to here, and then I could wire this up to here, and then I could put one on here and wire that one up to there. So if you want to go quite a long distance, you can use these mercurial connection nodes to do that. The last thing I want to show you is a mercurial wand. This is basically a wrench. As you can see here, we can actually change the sides. You can say, which side do you want it to go out of, etc. It shows you the directions here of your machines and things like that. But pretty simple. You don't really need it that much in this mod. I find I get along fine with just the inserters, etc. and the wires here. You can shift right click these connectors as well to see what it is connected to. And that is pretty much the logistics for Theurgy.